What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have OxT. Yes, indeed, how about that? OxT making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. Is it OxT or is it OxT? I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure it's one of those two things. This comes as a request from Declane, and this is actually Declane's prioritized request for the month of April for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Declane. I hope you enjoy the show. Declane wanted to see me react to this. It is, I believe it's OxT. It could be OxT. I'm not 100% sure. But we're going to go with OxT for right now. It's OxT with a tune called Wheeler Dealer. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, hold it right there. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Katakawa Anime, all right? And the video has 1.6 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. OxT Wheeler Dealer music video. Okay, doesn't say official music video, so I hope we're going to be just fine here. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I'm liking the groove. I'm liking the feel. I'm liking the energy and the drive. The musicianship is nice. Sounds clean. Sounds accurate. I like the guitar tone. It's got a nice crunchy tone to it. I like that. Not muddy. I'm not sure if that's bass or keyboard. Not 100% sure. It's full sounding. I can hear it clear as day, but I'm having the thing is I'm not hearing any distinct attack from the bass. Now, it could be because they just have it EQ'd to be a very warm, full sounding, non-percussive sound. And they're fingering and they're being very gentle on the fingering. It's possible. Or it could be that it's not a bass at all. It's a keyboard. I mean, it could be either one. The drumming is, if I'm being honest, the drumming is probably my favorite part of this. I love the mix, the tone that they're getting, especially on the snare drum. It's cutting through with no problems whatsoever, really helping to add to the groove and helping to add to the drive and the energy and the push of the song. Vocally, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not super thrilled with the vocals. A little nasally. Okay, a little more than a little nasally. It's pretty noticeable. Kind of singing in that lackadays, more effort on attitude and less effort on precision. It's a little sloppy, but I know there's being done on purpose. I think that's the style that they're going for, and they're getting it. I do have a major gripe though with this. Look, don't get me wrong. I like pinch harmonics. Okay, I do. I like pinch harmonics just as much as the next guy. But if I'm being honest here, it's being overdone. It's really, really being overdone quite a bit. To the point where we're a minute and 45 in and I'm already over it. I mean, it's already irritating. If I don't hear another pinch harmonic the rest of the day, I'll be thrilled. I'm not really digging that. I'm really not. To me, it's kind of, it's taking away from the song itself and putting all of the attention on the pinch harmonics. The pinch harmonics are not adding to the song. As a matter of fact, they're detracting because all the attention is going to them. I can't help it. It's distracting as hell. So, I have no idea how this is going to end up. I have no idea. I have no clue. I don't even have a range as far as what score this could get. We could be up in the 8s. We could be down in the 2s. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Hopefully by the end of the song, I'll have a much clearer picture. But let's get back into this and let's see where this goes.
何もかにもただ導かれてく In my love's hand 願う高みへと至るその時は近い Give me an order my lord Oh I want夜に描く欲望今宵その果てまで Sunshine 真実はどこにもないこの曲に Believe that dealer, I'm the dealer.
God, those pinch harmonics. Which is a shame because I was kind of digging that shuffle feel, that very slight shuffle feel behind it. Again, happening in the drums, oddly enough. I dug that, but those, God dang it, those pinch harmonics. Woo, jeez. I have no idea how I'm going to score this. I haven't a clue. I need to think about this. I really need to spend some time on this. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was, I believe it's OxT with a song called Wheeler Dealer. This was a request from Declane, and this was actually Declane's prioritized request for the month of April for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Declane. I hope you enjoyed the show. I struggled with this song. This, for the most part, I enjoyed it. I did. But there was just one majorly glaring issue. And it just kept rearing its ugly head over and over again throughout the entire song. And unfortunately, it had an impact, all right. It had an impact on the score. You'll see what I mean. I promise you. Let's start with the score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.8. Yep, 6.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, a 6.8. What does that mean? Well, a 6.8 would translate to a pretty good skill rating. So overall, I think this is a pretty good song. It would also get 3 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. B is in boy, not a D, not a C, a B. All right, so there you go, a 6.8, really good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Oh, man. Woo, so glad you asked. Okay, the songwriting, okay? The actual songwriting, the arranging, the composition. It's good, okay? It's not great. I'm not going to sit here and go, it's amazing, it's mind-blowing. No, it's not. It's good. It's solid. Everything about the chordal progressions, the melodic lines, everything makes sense, everything sounds good, everything flows really well, and everything, for the most part, was very pleasing to the ear, okay? The chorus, obviously, is the hook. There's absolutely no question about that. It's got the groove, it's got the feels, it's got the energy and the drive behind it, absolutely. I'm still not 100% sure if that's a bass or if that's a keyboard covering the low-end notes. Like I said, I'm not really hearing any distinct percussive attack, like as if strings are being plucked or strings are being, fingered, or I'm not 100% sure. Now, like I said, there's ways to do that in the mix. There absolutely is. You can EQ the bass just right. The playing style, just take it real easy and soft tacks, just boost up the volume. It's not difficult, it's not hard. But then again, I may be completely off, and it's a keyboard. It could be. I'm not 100% certain on that. But the bottom end was being filled out. It never sounded hollow. It sounded full the whole way through. The guitar tone, nice, crunchy guitar tone. I like it. Honestly, it could have been thicker, but I'm not going to hold that against it. Could it be thicker? Yes. Would it have sounded fine? Yes. Did the song call for it? No, the song did not call for the guitar tone to be thicker. It was a little thinner on the distortion than it could have been. And I think for the style of the song, I think it was very appropriate actually to have it where it was. So it sounded just fine. Drumming, without question, was the highlight for me for this song. It sounded, out of everything, I would say the drumming was the one thing that sounded really good. Very strong, really good. Mixing up that straight time feel with a slightly laid back shuffle feel on the main riff. I like that. The accent usage, I like that as well. Straight time feel pretty much the entire song with the snare on 2 and 4. I like how they mixed the drums, especially in particular the snare, allowing the snare to really cut through above everything else happening in the drums. Again, just to help establish that feel and the drive and the energy all the way through the song. Very smart move. The vocals. Okay, if I'm being honest, at first, the vocals were a little bit of a turnoff for me. I wasn't really digging the vocals at first, but the more I listened to the vocals, the more I realized, okay, number one, they are singing in pitch. I was really looking at, after the first pause, I really started to focus on the vocals, and no, actually, vocals were in pitch. They weren't, falling off, or there were no glissandos or anything like that. It was right in key, right on pitch every single time. Delivery was a little tighter than I thought it was at first. It definitely wasn't as bad as I initially thought it was. So that's not a problem. As a matter of fact, it helped a little bit on that end. It was still pinchy, yes. It was still a little nasal tone, yes. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was originally. So it was all right. The vocals were fine. They fit the style of the song. So you really can't ask for more than that. Honestly, taking all those things into account, I would have given this like 7.5, 7.4, 7.5, somewhere in there. But I'm giving this a 6.8, and there's a very specific reason why I'm giving this a 6.8. Listen, I like pinch harmonics. I do. I like pinch harmonics just as much as the next guy. When they're done tastefully and they're done well and they're spread out and and they're done in a way that makes sense, yeah, absolutely. It can actually really help enhance a song, especially when they're done cleanly. The pinch harmonics were just way overdone. So overdone. And all clumped together in just the main riff. So each time we got to the main riff, whether it be at the beginning of the song, after the first chorus, coming out of the last verse or the last chorus, we get back into it again. Every single time we went into the main riff, it was just dominated. Absolutely dominated by those pinch harmonics. And it was planned, obviously, because it was the exact same notes every single time, but at the same time, it became a distraction. Like, I feel like they didn't enhance the song at all. It felt like they took away from the song, because when they would go into them, all of my attention, I couldn't help it. It was like watching a train wreck happen right before my eyes. It's horrific. It's terrifying. But at the same time, I can't tear my eyes away from it. And the same thing here. I just could not help but have all, and I mean all, of my attention go right to those pinch harmonics. And just in utter disbelief of how over the top they were and how rapid they were and how overly used they were. It really detracted from the song as a whole, I feel. Now, look, I'm sure other people are going to have their opinions and they're going to say that they love them. Okay, listen, more power to them. If they enjoyed that, that's great. Personally, I don't. And looking at the song objectively, I don't see how doing those pinch harmonics added to the song. Not the way that they were executed. Not that way. I didn't see the value in them. I still don't see the value in them. So yeah, the score came down quite a bit because of the overusage and poor usage of all of those pinch harmonics. Just not for me, man. Not for me at all. But if you look at the score, I know that 6.8 seems harsh, but look at everything else. It's still a pretty good score. It's not a bad score. It's a pretty good score. 3 out of 5 stars and a B. B as in boy, B letter grade. It's not as bad as you think, folks. I promise you. But a 6.8, that's exactly what I feel this song deserves. And in closing, I'm just going to say this. For those of you who wonder, do I give any favoritism to, gold and silver tier members when it comes to giving my score? No, I don't. I've made this very clear to gold and silver tier members. Just because you're a gold and silver tier member on the Patreon page does not mean you're going to be guaranteed 8s and 9s. No, there's no guarantee. I've told them I'm going to give you the score that I feel your request deserves. And here's a good example. It's not a bad score, but we're definitely not up in the 8s or 9s. So, yeah, 6.8. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 6.8, which is a pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, in a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.